The question for those who may be watching is about the pay raises regarding state employees and also other educational employees. I'm going to have you kind of refer to the details, and then I'll add on with any extra.
So our thinking about an across-the-board pay raise is that what we should do in a situation of limited availability is use the money where it can make the most difference, consistent with our approach to the budget overall. And an across-the-board pay raise probably is not the most effective way of doing that. So there's a significant commitment to state employees in this budget and in every budget. 22% going to the retirement plan and to the health plan. That's buried in those pie charts because it affects every department. There's about $81 million in longevity pay going to state employees, 40,000 state employees. And we have the increases that we talked about for teachers, for the highway patrol, for corrections officers. Beyond that, we have the $82 million that I mentioned. And our feeling is that that is going to be better spent targeting hard to fill and hard to retain positions. We'll be working with the departments to use it most effectively, and the departments will have some input about where it can be best spent, but targeted is better than across the board when it comes to trying to attract and retain effective state employees in our view.
And reward.
And reward. Attract, retain, and motivate state employees. When it comes to teacher pay, there's really four elements without getting too far into the weeds. You have the increase in the minimum salary to $35,000, and then you have the movement along the pay scale, and that's not something to be overlooked. Previous administration froze the movement on the pay scale, and so those two pieces alone are about $111 million each year of the biennium. There's also a piece that holds harmless senior teachers so that they don't make anything less under the pay plan. And then the final piece is the pay for performance, pay for effectiveness plan that I outlined, which is a phase-in approach. It's $15 million over the biennium. But we think, consistent with what I said about state employees more generally, once you have everybody to a minimum and once you move people along the salary schedule, that additional resources beyond that, incremental resources beyond that, should really be focused on the teachers who are most effective and are making the most difference in the classroom, and that's the objective of that $15 million.
The hold harmless is the $1,000 bonus for the highest end of the tier.
The hold harmless affects about, I think it's less than 4,000 teachers that are affected. Just make sure that you don't end up making any less money than you did the year before.
This is based upon a philosophy of trying to let the decision makers closest to the employees make the decisions on pay raises and reward the higher performance, reward those where we may have the highest attrition. And this is not just for education anymore, but this is for all state employees. I'd like to thank our state personnel director, who is implementing for the first time in state government a performance management plan. We're actually beginning to roll out training on actually doing evaluations and making recommendations how we can improve the efficiency and effectiveness of each employee of state government. And this is a major change in the culture of state government, where we want to reward the high performance and we want to improve those who aren't performing at the level that we expect. And but it's allowing the principals and the superintendents in education to make those decisions on where best to put that money toward employees. And the same thing with my cabinet secretaries. It's giving them the flexibility on where best to direct that money, whether it be high need positions or high market value positions or high performance individuals. So that's a change in the culture that I promise to implement. In future years, we hope as the economy recovers, we'll have more revenue available to continue this practice and have more money to reward good state employees, which we have many.